In my last video clip, some folks said that they didn't understand or didn't quite get how this video sequence of the midnight sun, how it proves that the earth is flat and that the sun is orbiting around a flat earth. So some people will tell you, no, this video footage is filmed from a man who's standing on a spinning ball and the sun is fixed. He's on a spinning ball and he's filming the sun. So let's have a look. Is this filmed from a man on a spinning ball? So let's look. So remember, the sun is fixed at the earth center and the earth is leaning over at 23.4 degrees, and the man, he's turning in a circle and he would be filming the sun. So what would he see? Would he see that sequence that we saw? So let's look closer at the man and the earth if he was on a spinning ball. You see, if the man was on a spinning ball, he's spinning around the North Pole, which is the red arrow. The mountains would rotate around him. You see the numbers rotate around him. But he's always looking forward. He's looking in the same direction. He's not looking behind him. He's facing the same direction. He cannot turn around and film behind him. So to help us understand this, imagine a train wheel. Right, the wheel turns on its axis. It's got a shaft, and the shaft is fixed off center. Right, so the shaft moves forward, it pushes the wheel, and the shaft comes back and pulls the wheel around. Okay, so the wheel rotates and the shaft is off center. So we're not don't focus on where the shaft is pointing. Look at the wheel and the position of the shaft. And so what do you see? Right? So basically this is what should be happening with the man who's filming the footage. So do you see? There's a couple of issues already that should be happening in that video footage that's not happening. So if we put a man on top of that shaft, the first issue is, as the man turns, he'd be crossing the light source, so the blue line in the middle, right, where the sun is. He'd be crossing over the sunlight, backwards, left and right. But in the footage, the light is actually following him. So the point is, the cameraman, he is moving, and it's his video footage of the sun. He is moving from left to right. So therefore, the sun would have to zigzag. In other words, I've got a man here, I put numbers around him. Right, you see, the numbers would turn, but he's facing the beer. He's not turning 360. All he's simply doing is he's turning to his right. Now he's pointing back forward, and now he's pointing to his left. He's not rotating 360, because if he did rotate 360, the beer would be behind him. You can't see the beer all the time. And did you notice? Look at that again. Now look at that and look at the numbers. You see, as he rotates, the numbers rotate with him. So as he looks at the sun, you see 1, 2, 3, they're all passing. Right? Now one passes, 4 passes in, and 1 passes in again. But if he rotated, you see, you'd be looking at the same number in front of him, and the beer would be behind him. So, if we apply that to the video footage, the cameraman is looking at the sun, he's not rotating. And the numbers, so the numbers in this case would be the mountains, so the mountains would rotate around them. But also the clouds, because the clouds are supposed to be spinning with the earth. And the sun is fixed. And the man isn't spinning around 360 degrees with a stethoscope. He's just looking at the sun. So he's angled, the sun is on his right, he's turned to his right. And now he simply points forward again. He's looking at the sun. And now the sun is on his left and he's just simply turning the camera towards the sun. You see, this is not what we're seeing in the video footage. So if I had locked my camera onto the man, the sun would indeed loop, do a circle. And from your perspective, the sun would move from left to right. You see, and the mountains would be turning around you. The sun cannot turn completely around with the mountains. That's the point. Do you understand that? So the sun is moving up and down. Right? So the sun, if we can use another term, is zigzagging up and down. So what is causing that zigzag? So I'll say no. What's causing that is the tilt, the 23.4 degree tilt of the earth, because the man is leaning backwards and now he's leaning forwards. Then he leans backwards and forwards, that's what's causing the tilt. Well, then you have a big problem. You see, the man, if the tilt, if that is caused by leaning backwards and leaning forwards, you see, he's leaning the same distance to the left and to the right. How can he only register his backwards and forwards motion? You see, the North Pole is in the center and he's spinning around the North Pole. It would have to register motion, left, backward, forward, his complete motion. You can't just film the up and down motion, because he's not just moving backwards and forwards. He's moving in a circle. So, the sun then, if he was on a spinning ball, should move in a circle. Now listen carefully. Some people, even in the flat earth community, don't want you to look at this video footage and analyze it. They'll say, no, the sun is too far away for it to show any motion. The point is, it is showing motion in his video clip. The sun is moving up and down. So you cannot argue then that the sun is so far away that it doesn't show any motion. The sun's motion is registered, it's up and down. You see, if we are on a ball that is angled at 66.6 degrees, your angle on that surface is at 90 degrees to that ball. So if you are turning, it doesn't matter which direction you're turning, every 180 degrees your angle would be at the opposite angle. Right? So keep this in mind. Another issue is what would you see then? Would you be able to see around the curve of the ball? Remember, the sun is fixed at the plane, at the same plane the earth is on. Also speed. See, if you're on a spinning ball, if you are spinning in an arc, the sun would slow down and then speed up as you move across the face. And as you move away from the sun now, it would slow down and speed up. Slow down and speed up. when we look at the footage, we see that the motion of the sun is constant in relation to the Earth, same speed. So that's one issue. Another issue is the light itself. Remember, the sun is fixed at the center of the Earth, right? How can the sun then reflect in the water where the cameraman is? The sun would have to be above him. So look, you always see the sun all the time in the water, reflected in the water. This wouldn't be possible if you're on a spinning ball.